My name is Michael Lyons. I'm a partner at Lyons & Simmons in Dallas, Texas. Our firm specializes in catastrophic personal injury and wrongful death cases. Our firm became involved in the Reimers case in 2021. This is a gas explosion case. It involved a residence that blew up because of a leaking gas line. Robert's injuries were second and third degree burns, over 40% of his body. Virginia Reimers, who was in an adjoining room at the time this explosion happened, she did have an air embolism caused by the blast front with such force. It's the same types of injuries that we see from troops overseas that are fighting in combat. Our involvement early on was to try to figure out what happened, who was responsible, and hold the parties that were accountable. So there were a number of obstacles in this case. I would say the biggest obstacle in this case was the fact that the city and the gas company were in control of this blast location from the word go. And as a consequence of that, we were really at the mercy of whatever data they did or didn't collect as part of their scene investigation. At the time of trial, the challenge that we faced was they wiped this house clean off the foundation. The battle cry from the gas company was, well, you can't show us how the gas got in the house. You can't tell us the exact location where it leaked from, and so therefore you can't find us liable. We knew in terms of telling the story that convincing the jury that this was a gas explosion was the most important thing. And we felt like the best way to do that was to animate, using all the available evidence, animate the circumstances leading up to the explosion and then the explosion itself. The second bucket of information was damages. And so it was a no-brainer to get DK Global involved to help us, give us advice, look at the information that we had, and really sort of frame it up so that the jury would understand the magnitude of the blast. My partner, Chris Simmons, did the opening statement. The stuff that we had from DK Global was so helpful, and Simmons actually used the animation of the explosion. It was really great from the very beginning because the jury could see exactly what happened. So DK Global did a great job. One of the things they did was they came up with these cellular level type injuries where we could actually show the jury, okay, this is what a second degree burn injury looks like at the cellular level. This is what a third degree burn injury looks like at the cellular level. There was a full body medical illustration that showed the areas and types of burns on Mr. Reimers' body, which that was used over and over again in the case. I used it in closing argument. By the time I got to closing, I didn't have to explain that. They already knew. Judge turns them loose around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They come back Friday morning and we get a verdict within 4 hours. The jury came back at $109.5 million. I would definitely use DK Global on any case where you need to come up with demonstratives or illustrations, particularly if you've got complex evidence that the jury is going to need to see and feel and hear and understand. And I think DK Global excels at doing that.